Well, I went to CalArts in a lot of ways for the wrong reasons. I had transferred a couple times from a couple of different colleges and was a little lost in terms of what I wanted to do. As I mentioned, I was a classical player, but there was something, I was just dissatisfied with my educational experiences. So then my father knew the trumpet teacher at CalArts, and he said, you should go to school at that place. There was a guy named Mario Guarneri who was teaching there. So my thinking was, okay, I'm going to go to CalArts. They have a good trumpet teacher. Oh, they have a jazz program. I didn't know anything about Charlie. I didn't know anything about what was going on there, really, in a lot of ways. So when I was there that year, something didn't click. It was the beginning of the jazz program there. I think it was the second year of the jazz program, and it didn't really work for me. And you know, that whole experience of playing with Charlie and in Charlie's ensemble, we would mostly play bird tunes and ornette tunes. And that experience of playing Ornette's music was brand new for me. It felt very strange to do that in a lot of ways. So I took a year off. I decided, you know, college wasn't working for me. I came back to LA with the intention of being a studio musician. And the director of the program at CalArts, David Reutzstein, said, hey, we need trumpet players. You want to just play and audit? I said, okay. So I came back and it was completely different energy there. As well as with Charlie. Charlie, I think he had just met Ruth Cameron, and he had a better vibe, you know, during that time. And from that point, I didn't look back. As I mentioned, the experience was a complete life changer. But playing with Charlie consisted of, you know, playing in his ensemble. He would show up, and the first thing he wanted to do is play music for us. And he was really, really excited about something. He had to share it with us. And we'd sit back and listen to this music. And to have someone like Charlie play music for you and wanting to share it, and obviously just being so enthusiastic about it, really had quite an impact. And that's also been part of my teaching too. I regularly share music with my students, and I feel like that is a very important moment in teaching, to actually listen to music and encourage people to, that really a big part of learning this music, learning how to improvise, is to really immerse yourself in listening to music. And then we would play, and he wouldn't have that much to say, but it was always something very, a little abstract, you know, for us at the time, you know, basically saying, you know, you need to play music as if it was, you know, the first time you were playing music, or things of that nature, that at our age, you know, we wanted to connect with that idea, but I don't think we fully could. So in a lot of ways, that idea was kind of a time release concept that maybe later on, as when we got older, we could really get with that. And then oftentimes he would play with us, and I'll never forget the first time just hearing his sound and it speaking in such a profound way. So that experience, when I say I studied with Charlie, it was really being around him, but most importantly, hearing his sound and playing with him. There were I probably got to perform with him probably 20, 30 times at CalArts, and, you know, just an incredible experience that, you know, I felt really fortunate to be a part of that. And then, you know, since leaving CalArts, the education has continued with Charlie, you know, just listening to his music, and certainly since he passed away, I've just been at a mode listening to the Keith Quartet and other things that Charlie was a part of, and, you know, I still feel his presence, you know. I don't think that's ever going to leave me. Yeah. That was a really special time too, because this was mid-'80s. So I think he had just recorded 81 before I got to CalArts, but he would regularly play these records for us that he just recorded. He'd say, oh, I just got back from New York, you know, I made Song X. And I'll never forget that experience. We listened to the entire Song X record. I can you know, I can see exactly where I was sitting in the room, and I can see everybody sitting around me, and we were listening to it, and it was just one track after another. We listened to the whole thing, and by the end, we were just, you know, just shell-shocked by the music. So that was another very fortunate thing about being there at that time. And he was playing so great. I mean, Charlie always played great, but in particular around that time, that was a really special time. He was, you know, very active, and I think he played on those Michael Brecker records, which were great around that time. You know, it was so great to listen to those before they came out. Yeah, it was quite a time. This is Ralph Alessi. For more videos, go to jazztimes.com.